Well, this will be the last video I make in a long time, possibly ever. I am the top martial artist in California, and I'm being persecuted for my political views. And these views are vital to the further success of humanity. The maturation of my videos has shown beyond any doubt that I am right. Gang stalking is real, and you constantly see Dr. Phil and other news outlets that address it, playing out the person that they have chosen. They choose a guy who seems like your stereotypical crazy person. He looks like your stereotypical crazy person. 5 o'clock shadow. He doesn't have his, his face in line. He talks in a certain way. He comes off as, you know, crazy, which is part of what gang stalking is about. But let me get to that in a minute. I offer $3,000 to neo-Nazis and police officers. $1,525. The $25 is there no matter what, so it's really $3,025 and $1,525 to anyone else who can beat me at sparring. It should take around 15 minutes to half an hour, which is more money than everyone but the top 1% makes in that amount of time. So it's point sparring. You get points from hitting places that are the same types of places. If you hit with a knife, it would cause a lot of damage to your enemy, or at least be a place they don't want you to hit them. The purpose of this is to show you who's the best at sparring and at self-defense. I've shown you countless proofs from Wing Chun masters, Bruce Lee, this one video of this guy who tried to grapple two people who were trying to stab him and ended up getting stabbed to death. I've shown you countless proofs why this proves specifically the top self-defense. Also, I'm willing to give a point for if you can trap the arm in a way that you could reasonably say that you could have broken the arm, or trap the leg in a way that you reasonably could say you could have broken the leg. I'm willing to do that, just so we can rule out everything, because some people will make the argument that this specific type of fighting, it doesn't come to mind right now, but where you trap the arms, in different legs and break joints and stuff. These techniques are also relevant to self-defense, and there's a certain amount of truth to that. But it almost never happens like that in the streets, even from martial arts masters who are attacked. So anyway, a lot of people from gyms and dojos have decided that this is an inauspicious event or challenge, one that isn't conducive to their success, because if they lose, then it's going to make them look bad. It's going to be on record. It's going to be on YouTube for everyone to see that they're the best at their gym couldn't beat me. This is not an excuse. I've shown my viewers time and time again, martial art trophy, black belt. It's been in 1 week exactly, it'll be 15 months exactly since the challenge began in December 2013, December 20th. So, you have to realize that people are a form of capital, human resources, human capital. The acquisition of your mind, thus your body and soul, is what these people are interested in. And they know that if I become famous, or if people massively concede my point, that the groups that are in charge will lose a lot of clout to a movement that is created by me, someone that none of these groups control. I showed you the preface of a book. It was titled, let me get this title for you right fast. I believe I have it right here. Fighting for Honor, The History of African Martial Art Traditions in the Atlantic. I believe the last part of the thing is cut off, but I believe that's what it is. It's by Dush Obi, T.J. Dush Obi, I believe it is. I showed you the preface, especially page 11 under the introduction. and the relevance of my challenge, why it is so important traditionally and historically. Especially the older people in power do not like this challenge because they're quite aware of the tradition. This tradition was alive and well in Africa, less than 100 years ago. In fact, this tradition is alive and well in Africa to this day, but it was widely accepted as such. It wasn't just my culture, the Igbos and Biafra. It wasn't just Angola. You find it, the Osiris, the stick fighting groups under the Osiris worshippers in Egypt. So all the way from the furthest corners of West Africa, okay, Southwest Africa, the South Africa, the Zulus, and the Spear and Shield formations, all the way up to Northeast Africa with Egypt, Sudan, Ethiopia, Somalia, Eritrea. You find this is the prevalent culture, that the warrior, the greatest warrior, is seen as a transcendent hero, transcends politics, transcends mind control, transcends other religions that seek to bring them under the auspices of their hierarchy. So, am I going to bow down to, their scrutiny and fall under their auspices? No. I am the top martial artist in California, and I am being persecuted for my political views. And it doesn't take a genius to see that I am not going to back down. Why would I? If you were the top martial artist in the country, would you bow down from a bunch of unscrupulous cowards? Granted, there's probably a few people that can fight, okay? I give them a ratio of about 1 to 100. 1 in 100 of them is actually a fighter, but I would beat them as well. But they're not the type of people that would admit that I would beat them. And if asked by the other 99, they would say, oh, I could beat this guy. I could beat this guy up. Or they'll say something like, I could beat this guy, but not that way. If I can hit you before you can hit me, and we're in a street fight, and I can grab keys, a pen, a fork, a knife, a box cutter, a razor blade, you're not just in a little trouble, you'll be fucking dead. Because this is not some little kid stabbing you. This is not some lady stabbing someone, an attacker. This is the top martial artist. Very precise. I've shown you my videos. Look at my videos where I show you proof that I'm top martial artist, where I pinpoint strike. Look at the videos, for accuracy and precision. Look at my videos where I show you brute force. Look at my videos where I show you me curling with each hand 50 pounds 15 times. Can the average person bicep curl 50 pounds 15 times? No. This is something that bodybuilders alone can do, and no one else. So I'm just as strong as the average bodybuilder, but I'm faster than everyone. I mean, really, what does it mean that I can hit you first when I've shown you the precision and the strength that I have? So I urge all of you martial artists, don't go down in history as the people who hid from somebody who was obviously extremely talented and extremely great warrior, who was making a claim that nobody should take lightly. So help me God. So help me God. Not the greatest martial artist you can think of should take this lightly, and I am greater than him. I'm not the top martial artist instructor. I'm the top martial artist. We're not talking about the sport of MMA or UFC or wrestling or boxing. We are talking about sparring and self-defense, the most relevant to the combat traditions and combat arts and fighting skills for practical urban combat and self-defense. So if I'm being persecuted for my political views and picked, and I'm picked out of a whole group of people, okay, for my political views, what does that mean for your children and you? Anyone who does not accept my challenge has forfeited beyond any doubt. Has forfeited their honor and have forfeited all right to say that they are better. The only exception is someone who admits that the reason they did not accept was that they knew they could not win. Every other martial artist has forfeited their honor beyond any doubt. I've called them out by name. All sport martial arts, United Martial Arts, Victory Martial Arts, AKA, on and on, Capoeira dojos. Well, I'm out of time now, so I urge you, don't give up your honor so easily. Accept my challenge if you think you're better. Thank you.